Hey there, toons! Rocky Shores here with my first video. This video is about developing your gags. I will go over what I think is the best way for Ubers and toons in general. For Ubers, you should go in invasion districts and fight cogs on the street, or if you have a friend around 100 left, has lore and tune-up / max doodle, ask them to do a building. Do not beg them. They might green you. For normal toons, I still recommend going on invasion districts and going in cog buildings. If you have low gags, and when I mean low, I mean level 4 or 5 as your highest for throw and squirt, I recommend going with 3 other toons. Another way for normal toons to get their gags up, I recommend soloing 3-story buildings in Minnie's Melody Land. I recommend having at least 85 left. Now, I will show some ways how to develop your gags. For tune-up, go in a building with at least one other toon. When you get to the top floor, your friend will pass and you will tune up when he takes damage. Make sure you are the last cog on the last floor. Now, doing this might be a very long process depending on how much tune-up you have. For trap, I highly recommend doing buildings on invasion districts once you reach at least level 3 trap. If you have a banana peel rake, go to Toontown Central and go in cog buildings until you reach the marbles. When you reach the marbles, I highly recommend going to Donald's Dock and going in small buildings such as 1 or 2-story buildings on invasion districts like Cold Collar, Bottom Feeder, Short Change, and Flunky. Now, when you do these buildings, I strongly recommend having another friend who has lore. Remember, trap will take a long time to max because there isn't so much use for low trap on cogs. Now, for lore, I recommend the following. Having a trap buddy, as I said before, or going in 3-story cog buildings in Minnie's Melody Land, and if you have at least level 5 lore, now go in cog buildings and bring at least 10 big magnets and 3 $10 bills. When you get to the very last cog, use a lore gag, then pass until the lore wears off. Big magnets last the maximum of 3 rounds, and $10 bills for the maximum of 4 rounds. When you run out of lore, attack the cog and see all the skill credit you get. For sound, it is very easy but long time to max. As I said before, when you get a bike horn, go to Toontown Central and develop your sound until you get at least a bugle. Now, the easy part is, if you're going to do a factory min and people want a sound, then do that. But remember, do not train weak gags in factory mint or boss battle. It is very annoying to the other players. I would recommend going in mints with at least elephant trunk because there is the minimum of level 10 cogs in there. And also, when I said no training, well, yeah, have at least a bugle. Well, I would say that's a little okay to train. Just don't do it alone. Like, don't use a bugle if no one else is using sound. Now, for drop, I would recommend going in buildings with a friend who is training squirt. Squirt increases the accuracy of a throw gag working. Well, I have nothing much to say because my helpers never experienced the drop gag before. That's all I have for today, toons. I might get more in depth about training gags soon. See you in my next video. Bye.